Sometimes in life you could feel like a small fish in a big pond. You could feel like the bully is always going to beat you. David and Goliath, you know, the consumer versus the giant corporation. The companies always win, right? We still shell out this money. We still get all this regurgitated content. And in the gaming industry, it's bigger and more prevalent than probably in any other industry, because these companies just continually take and take and take from consumers. And unfortunately, a lot of consumers just buy into it because they honestly feel like, you know, there's no hope. There's nothing that they can really do. You know, vote with your wallet, but if the next person doesn't vote with their wallet, it crosses each other out. It cancels each other out, and you never really feel like you're winning. But honestly, what just happened tonight is something that shows that if gamers get together with a collective mindset, and if gamers stand up, if, you know, the small person stands up to the bully, if David stands up to Goliath, if the person stands up to the big corporation, that changes can happen and positive changes can happen. So you might remember a day or so ago, I made a video on this whole Battlefront 2 and day one patches issue. And while this video isn't going to address the day one patches, this does have to do with Battlefront 2, because these loot crates and loot boxes were just absolute insanity. Obviously, EA was trying to force people to buy these things in order to unlock things in the game, and made the natural progression of the game just so astronomically high that many people who want to just play a Star Wars game, the latest Star Wars game, and enjoy this game would just be getting destroyed by competitive players and people who are dumb enough to buy into these loot crates and spend real money in order to unlock other things at a faster rate than the average player would. Well, tonight, DICE has announced that the company has been defeated. DICE has announced that Goliath has been hit with a rock, and he's coming down, boys. He's coming down. So my buddy Eric Lindquist sent me this picture, and I just wanted to really bring this up to you guys because it's a pretty monumental thing in gaming. This is one of the biggest things to happen in gaming in a long time, just because of the impact that people had, consumers had. So earlier tonight, DICE posted this message. As we approach the worldwide launch, it is clear that many of you feel there are still challenges in the design. We have heard the concerns about potentially giving players unfair advantages, and we've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. This was never our intention. Sorry we didn't get this right. We hear you loud and clear, so we're turning off all in-game purchases. We will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline, and all progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will be available at a later date, only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this. Oscar Gabrielson, General Manager at DICE. So, right then and there, microtransactions, loot crate, having to spend your actual money, having to actually put money into this game in order to keep up, in order to be competitive, in order to enjoy the aspects of the game, has now been turned off by DICE. Now, they did say that they will have in-game purchases at a later date, and honestly, that's okay in my opinion. You know, that sort of stuff that comes along after the fact for maybe people just getting into the game, and, you know, other people have had it for months and months, I can understand that. But when you're putting it out at day one and basically saying, hey, you want to be good at this game, you want to have an advantage, give us money, give us all your money. It's just so crazy. And it's amazing because I honestly felt like EA was going to get away with this. When I made my video, I didn't do it as a Battlefront 2 fan or as someone that was looking forward to that game. I have no intentions of buying Battlefront 2. I dabbled in the original Battlefront on the PS4, but honestly, I had no intentions of picking up this game. I just wanted to make a video on it because I felt, and like a lot of other people felt, that this is just an unfair practice, and I wanted my voice to be heard because I have a little bit of an audience. You know, you guys, all of you subscribers, you are subscribed to this channel. I'm at almost 62,000 subscribers. That's a substantial amount of people. So if my voice can be heard and if someone else's voice can be heard, Alpha Omega Sin did a video on it. Tons of YouTubers did videos on this. Tons of people took to the internet, did tweets, did write-ups on, you know, various video game websites, and just lambasted EA and lambasted DICE, and were like, hey, this is BS. You can't do this to us. This is ridiculous. This needs to stop. And the fact that it worked, the fact that they stopped, the fact that gamers won against the big corporation, This just shows you folks that there is no battle that we cannot win. So if you feel like something is BS in a game, if you feel like this game has too many microtransactions, this game relies too heavily on spending in real money to advance in the game and to, make it a playable game and an enjoyable game, let your voice be heard, because you never know. You never know if the next person feels just like you. You never know if the person behind you or the person in front of you feels just like you. Because if the four of you get your voices together, maybe more people will start to feel like, I'm comfortable with this. I can talk about this. I can say, I don't like this and I don't agree with this. And then we band together. And then we take down EA and we take down this nonsense of all this microtransactions and spending money in the game. This is a victory, folks. This is a monumental thing and a real turning point for the video game industry, because these companies now realize we have the power. Without us, they are nothing. Without our money, they are nothing. They could crumble like that. THQ crumbled to the ground, didn't they? They were a huge corporation, but they made stupid mistakes and they released stupid games that ended up impacting their bottom line and these huge budgets of games that never met that thing. We are now in control, gamers. We are now leading this generation. We are now the ones with the voice. We are now the ones with the power. Let's use this power. If you don't agree with something, feel free to step up. Feel free to talk about it, because now with this Battlefront 2 victory, hey, who knows what we can do next? Who knows what we can do next? But I just wanted to share this update with you guys, since I did do a video talking about the microtransactions and the loot crate boxes and whatnot in Battlefront 2. And I thought this was an awesome story to share. So share this video around, let people know we have the power and we can overtake any corporation and any sort of nonsense that's in the gaming industry, because the consumers are the ones who spend the money. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Do you plan on picking up Battlefront 2 now that we have this victory? And thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys next time. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT